All right, I actually cut that out because I divided 52 by, I wrote it incorrectly, so I wanted to finish this problem. So we're going to divide by 2. 20 divided by 2 is negative 10. 54 divided by 2 is actually 27. And that is your answer. And it looks incredibly crazy. So have faith, keep strong, okay? You might get some weirdo answers here, okay? Let's take a look here. Next problem is looking at solving a linear equation. And what happens is, in this case, we have now we have like, it's just basically adding more things to each side. The method has not changed in all of these. So if you can do like the harder ones, you're definitely going to be able to do the easier ones for sure. But in some ways, if you're able to do the easier ones, keep applying the same skills. All right, so here we go. Next one. Okay, I've rewritten it. I actually also did something. This minus 3/2, for some of you that are still struggling with a little bit with the integers, might help you to change a minus sign to add the opposite. You know, typically it's a way to subtraction means subtraction means to add the opposite. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, I'm going to multiply by the least common denominator. I have 3 and 2 as my denominators. Obviously, this is 1. So start with a larger number. 3. Obviously, 2 doesn't go into 3, so 3 times 2 is 6, and there you go. Okay, so we're going to multiply by 6. 6 equals the LCD. All right, I'm getting used to this stylus. I'm actually going to get a new stylus soon, so yay. So we're going to multiply everything by the LCD. And I'm changing it back to a minus sign just because I just wanted to let you know that you could do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and this time I think I'll just multiply across for those of you, just in case you're still struggling. For those of you that aren't, you know exactly what to do. So you multiply across 42W over 3. Again, multiplying fractions. 6 over 2 equals negative 6W minus 18 over 2. When you simplify it, 42 divided by 3 is negative 14. Is that right? Yeah, W plus 3 equals negative 6W minus 9. And now you have a simple equation, again, where you have variables on both sides. So I am going to move the 6 because I like the W on the left-hand side. Now, that is not going to be nice in terms of, it's going to mean that my W term is still negative, but I'm just going to deal with that because I wanted it on the left-hand side. You can choose to do it differently if you wish. Subtract 3 from both sides, and we're going to get, I'm going to go ahead and add another page, or actually have a little bit of room here. Okay, I'm going to get negative 8W equals negative 12. I need to divide both sides by 12. So if you guys, you'll have more space. I'm really limited and I apologize for this. I think I need to start working with problems on the left. So we'll get W is equal to negative 12 divided by negative 8. That becomes a positive. They're both divisible by 4, common factor. So you get 3 halves. And that's your answer. Okay. All right, moving on. All right. Did I get this right? I'm checking just in case. Yes, it is right. Okay, here we go. Okay, next problem. Let's take a look. Let's tackle this one. Okay. Okay, the only thing that makes this strange is that we now have a binomial on the top. Okay, we can't really do anything with those. We can't add 9 and x because these denominators aren't the same. Okay, so we could try to get them the same, but that's just too much of a pain. Let's get rid of the denominator. Anytime you have fractions, multiply by the least common denominator, And the least common denominator in this case is 6. LCD is 6. So here comes the tricky part, just writing it out. For me, especially 5 times 6. I could do this great on a chalkboard. Just kidding. I'm learning how to do this. Okay, so the way you're going to write this 6, I'm going to write a big parentheses times 9x plus 8 over 3 plus 6 times x minus 5 over 6. The reason why I did that is so that you can see the fraction, okay? And so you see where to distribute or how to distribute. The truth is we actually don't want to distribute first. We want to simplify first. It'll make it a lot easier. So this is 6 over 1, 6 over 1, okay? This becomes 30. Now, you have the ability to cancel right here, just like we've been doing. So 3 goes into 6 2 times. So that's what we're going to do. In the same way, 6 goes into 6, and it'll get rid of that. Okay? So I'm going to take this 2, and I'm going to make sure I carry it down. So 2 times 9x plus 8 is, and then plus, I canceled this out, so I don't need to put the 1, and I can just put x minus 5. Now, I could have gotten rid of the parentheses. I'm just going to do it in the next step, because if this were a minus, we need to be super careful about getting rid of those parentheses. So now continuing, 30 is equal to 18x plus 2 times 8 is 16. Let's make that into an actual x plus x minus 5. Okay, combine like terms on the same side. Okay, we're going to write this. Sorry, I'm in the middle of 2 sentences in my head. 18x plus 1x is 19x. 16 minus 5 is plus 9. Okay, as we go on, keep going. We're going to subtract 9 from both sides. To get the numbers on one side, you get 19x equals 21. And then divide both sides by 19 equals this ugly. And we're going to get, let me zoom back. We're going to get, oh wow, I didn't actually zoom in on that one. 21 over 19. Oh wow, I just did a mistake that I will not let you do. Do you see that slant that I did? I will not let you do that. Do not write fractions in a slant. I did it because I was trying to save room, but I'm just going to write smaller so that I learned to make sure I never do that. 21 over 19. Okay, I'm going to make sure I did that correctly. No, I did not. I wrote the problem wrong down wrong. I wrote the problem down wrong. Wait, no, I didn't. I'm sorry, I'm checking. I did my work on a separate page, and I thought I did this problem wrong. Xavier, you'll let me know, right? Okay, so I think that is actually correct. I wrote the wrong problem down when I did it on my own. Okay, so here we go, last problem. This is some additional notes here. We have lines. These are all basically lines that we're talking about. Y is equal to mx plus b. Anytime you have any equation with just one x in it, it's a line. For example, that's an equation, that's a line. That's a line, okay? When your variables are to the first degree, that is a line, okay? So when we're solving linear equations, okay, you can have actually 3 situations that happen. You can have a line that intersects with a line, and you would have one solution. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Nope, it won't let me do it. Okay, you can have one solution and it's right there. Okay, that is the point of intersection. That is the solution to both lines that you have. Okay, you can also have a situation where you have two lines and they don't intersect. Those are parallel lines. And the last situation is when you get two lines at the same line. Okay, what you're seeing here is an equation where they have basically set two lines equal to each other. You don't really interpret it that way, so it's okay that you don't see it right now. But what you're going to get are, you're going to have either three choices. You're going to either get one solution here, or you're going to get, look, they don't intersect at all. No solutions. Or you're going to get all real numbers. I'm hoping some of this sounds really familiar. Okay, when they're the same line. Now, what does it look like when you're doing the math? One solution means you get something like this: x equals 4. There you go. One solution, we're good to go. Okay, no solution means you get a false statement. You get something that looks like this: 4 equals 15. Well, that's not true at all. So that means there is no solution. And all real numbers is when you get some solution like this: 4 equals 4. Well, that's true for every single occurrence. So no matter what you plug in for the variable, you will get the same 4 equals 4. Okay, this is one solution, no solution, all real numbers. Okay, you might want to watch their video too on the explanation on this, but here we go. I'm going to go ahead and move to the next one. Okay, we're going to take a look at these problems and I'm going to show you how it works out in the end. Okay. I did not write it down. Hang on a moment. Let me grab it. It's -2. I did write it down somewhere. -2 times the quantity y plus 3 equals 3. Okay, here we go. Equals, sorry about this, equals 3 times y plus 4 plus 7. Okay, so this negative here is going to distribute. So we're just going to solve this. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this because I'm going to assume you know how to do this by now. Okay, we've been working on this. 3y plus 19 and -2y minus 6. Okay, add 6 to both sides. And you get 25. 3y plus 25. -2y, subtract 3y. Okay, you get -5y equals 25. So therefore, y is equal to -5, because -5 times -5 is positive 25. See how we got one solution? We got a nice little solution. This is one solution. Okay, so yay, that's great. Okay, the next type of situation that could happen is, I'm going to add a page, come back down. Okay, add a page. Okay, we have the second type of situation. Okay, which is the second occurrence here, which is, I'm going to write this down. I wrote it down on my paper, but I think, okay, here it is. -6. I'm going to write it down. You guys write it down too. -6 times x plus the quantity x plus 1 plus 8x equals 2 times the quantity x minus 3. Okay, that's how you read it. I'll show you this problem. All right, so we have -6 times x plus 1 plus 8x. Oh my God. Plus 8x equals 2 times x minus 3. Okay? All right. When we solve this problem, which I'm going to do without explaining every step. Okay, combine like terms. Check this out. We got the same thing. Now you could continue to subtract and stuff, but you'll end up getting 0 equals 0. They're the same thing. If you get the same equals the same, the solution to that is all real numbers. Now remember, all real numbers is the set of all real numbers. It means that no matter what you put in, you're going to end up getting the same thing on both sides. By the way, that is how we represent it, with a double line with an R. Okay, the last situation that you could possibly have is infinite number of solutions when, not infinite number solution, no solution. Okay, so what if you get something like this? Okay, say you get 5x minus 2 equals 5x plus 3. You subtract 5x from both sides, and look what happens. You get something like this. Negative 2 equals 3. The variable disappeared. And it did in the last one too. But, oh my God, that's so ugly. The variable disappeared. I'm just going to tell you that. You can write it on your own papers. Okay, the variable disappeared and you got a false statement. That means no solution. Come with your questions to class.